Okay, so my name is Nikitin. I'm the COO for the Celltech group, which in Addtech is responsible for the business related to batteries. So I'm more of a hands-on guy. I'm building the strategy with the management team for our group for operation, and then I get the privilege to start executing that one. Little bit first about us, what we are today, then about the history, how we came from the small company, from the small town, to be the leading player of the battery field in our business field in the Europe, and how we see that we are going to grow even further in the future. So today, we as a group were founded '84. I have 140 colleagues working with me, and we work with the 8 sales offices and 3 factories. 1 in Sweden, 1 in Finland, 1 in China. Our group turnover is 50 million euros, so that makes us a quite significant player on the battery field that we choose to operate. We don't work with the car starter batteries or such, which are big part of the business. We work more on the industrial and specialized batteries. We get our business at the moment from the 3 different main customer segments. First one on the left one is the systems. These are railways, UPS systems, telecom industry, and more industrial vehicles. We still have significant part, not the biggest part, is a standard business. We are doing the trading business mainly through the big electrical wholesalers like Onninen, Ahlsell and Würth. And then strong part of our current business is a customized business. We have device manufacturers who make industrial devices that require batteries. Normally with batteries are devices that work in somehow harsh operational conditions. And there we do from the evaluation up to the final product and the after sales. So this is how we have divided our business segment. Today, our customer base comes mainly from the market leaders. Our best and biggest customers tend to be in top 3 on their own business area. They work globally. They expect us to support globally. They have a long product lifespans compared to the consumer electronics. So if we now design a battery or battery system for a customer, one of the key features is can you deliver in 15 years from now? And think about how the world looked 15 years ago. And this is the important part when talking about a new project. And then they have a need for complete solution provider. They want that, okay, not just the battery. What can you do more? Can you take a design? Can you do that? Can you do that? What about the testing, certification, logistics? There's an endless amount of questions that they actually want us to do. And during the years, we have adopted our way of working to meet these demands. So, a timeline. We started, like said, '84 here in Sweden, a small town called Sölvesborg, with producing boy batteries. I don't know how many you know what is a boy. It's a light that guides you when you go with your boat in the trädgården. And that was the foundation of the Celltech Sweden and doing the business. And from that, the whole thing started. The business developed. More and more battery applications came out, technology advanced. The next milestone is a little bit more personal and important for me, not maybe so much for Celltech, maybe a little bit. I got my first paycheck when I was 15 and part of the Celltech. So I have been working with the batteries more than 5 years, more than 10 years, more than 2 decades. And this is partly due to the fact how we do the work. At that time, I was working in the warehouse, so working for the cleaning, working for that. And today, to talking to you, I have been able to grow and do many other things in this wonderful group of companies. Early 90s, Addtech acquired Celltech Sweden and starts to build the energy storage unit and give up the boost for the business. That time, we started to going on the more production of customized batteries, because there started to be a boom of mobile phones. And we had Ericsson in Sweden, Nokia in Finland, and the accessory battery business for those was a big, big thing. Maybe some of you remember that you bought the mobile phone, you get the standard battery, but you want to have a little bit extra time because it was like 2 hours it's dead. And we designed and made our own batteries, and that was a significant part of business for us. And that was the start when we started to have R&D and engineering and testing facilities in our group. In the late 90s, 2000, we expanded and had a lot of more battery companies to come in under the Addtech umbrella. Individually, all of these had grown in their own countries, basically the same way that the Sweden company had gone. We started to have first technological jump in the battery technology with the lithium batteries, which you see today as a standard. Then it was like a really, really high, difficult thing, and you couldn't access to these components. But with the history of being with the mobile phone batteries, we were able to build this relationship with the manufacturers and suppliers. But at the same time, the whole mobile phone and customer electronic business was starting to go more and more built in Asia. So we made a strategic change that we have to start looking for industrial customers. And that was one big strategic change that we made. That okay, we cannot compete anymore with the after sales market. We have to start finding industrial customers and doing design work for them. We did that one, and one of the significant milestones of that business, what we actually start in the Sölvesborg, where everything started to build up energy storage containers. Containers, 20-foot containers full of batteries and electronics to be used in the industrial backup systems. And that was the start for us, why we today can see that we have a capacity to go on the electrification of industrial vehicles with the lithium technology, which I a little bit talk later for. Then came 2012, Niklas had the meeting with Anders, agreed things with Åke, called me, Kim, go and build a factory in China with Anders. And that started a nice, now 7 years journey. It has been an interesting one, but luckily today I can say that we have a state-of-the-art customized battery factory in China, fully running it by own with the Chinese staff. And like I said, we want to have also female, so we are running the Chinese factory with the almost fully female management. So, but that was something that opened us the businesses in Asia, from Hong Kong, where we have sales office today, and in China to do the domestic sales. So we can say for the battery business also, we are more and more rapidly going out from the Scandinavian market. Then few years ago, we actually decided that, you know, we are going to be called as a Celltech group on the marketing wise. That we are big enough, we are working with the customers who want to work with the bigger entity. We still are independent companies, everybody runs their business very, very independently, but we have a lot of co-creation, cooperation in the positive way under our group. So I, or Per, who is in the group management, we don't tell what to do. We more or less listen what the guys need, that we can make the cooperation more better. So that's the history of how we have come today to the 50 million. Why do we believe that we have a future with the batteries? Why this is not the roof? And it's linked to the many topics that we have heard today. Electrification of vehicles is going strongly. And as we see it, it's going to speed up more and more and more. And we have chosen and analyzed to go in the industrial or off-highway vehicles on that segment. Renewable energy is coming. That won't stop. That generates need for energy storage systems, where the batteries is not the only option, but it is mostly very, very useful option. We have the Internet of Things, Industry 4.0. Basically, world is getting wireless. And if it's getting wireless, it needs energy from somewhere. And we have lots of projects related to these industries where the customized batteries are needed. So we have ended up in the situation that we used to do with the lead acid and that's it. And now we have these few megatrends that are happening at the same time today in the world. And they all, part of them happening is the development of the battery and the battery technologies. Well, that development, it's not so easy. On the left side, it's a development of the computer processor. And there's a law called Moore's law, which states that every 18 months, the calculation capacity of the CPU will be doubled. And that has been the fact for almost 30 years. So the electronic industry have benefited from that one, that the core processing power has grown and grown and grown and grown. On this, now we are talking about electrification and what's for the batteries. How much energy we can have on the battery hasn't been growing so fast. So all the development that we are today doing has to be done basically the same building blocks that we have had for last 5-10 years. And we don't see super significant improvements in next 10 years. So that means that we have to have a better system, better engineering, better solution. And that means, in our point of view and how we see with our customers, that we have to be able to have the idea and offer a complete solution for different kind of environments. I take a topic, industrial vehicles, where we are working hard now. And we see this business really booming for us. We go and meet vehicle manufacturers who have their needs and they have time to market and they don't have the know-how, they don't have the components. They basically come for us today that, hey, we have this, please, can you tell us what to do? And we are like, yes, we can. And at the same time, why I have chosen this picture, under the Addtech umbrella, we have several other companies who work in the same industry, nothing to do with the batteries. But at the same time, we can do cooperation. We have many projects with Adigo. I have a talk today with the CTAB that how we could have and go. And if I go to the customer and say, hey, yeah, have you heard about the Adigo? You have this, you know, we have this Adigo. They are working with the electric motors that could be suitable for you. The purchasers of that company say, yeah, please send a contact. So we have like a huge amount of doors open because of our setup, how we are doing. And we are doing it, I would say, quite successfully. Then last, I want to see a picture that Kerstin told that it's a monster. And it's meant to be scary. This is, when I used to be in sales, showed the last one to the customer. Battery can be a really, really simple product. You go Alibaba and buy it. And this is sometimes I have purchasers who say, well, why not buy from you? But when you start digging in the world we're living in, what we are working in, it starts to be much more complex. So we need to have a good technology solution. But all around this also is something that our customers need and value, and what we offer. And in this day, when the electrification is going extremely fast in a larger scale, these things around the actual item are the major things why the customers choose us. The local partner who know them, who know their needs, are there for them, and not somebody else.